please stay with us. We now move to some more news updates from the Middle East. Israel's military has intercepted a missile launched by Yemen's Houthi rebels as the United States intensifies airstrikes against Yemen. The Houthis claimed responsibility for what it said was a ballistic missile fired in support of Palestinians and in response to Israel's renewed bombardment of Gaza, which has killed almost 500 people in the Strip amid ceasefire talks. As per reports, the missile was intercepted before it entered Israeli territory, and no injuries were immediately reported. The Houthis said the missile targeted Ben Gurion International Airport, Israel's main aviation hub on the outskirts of Tel Aviv, whose drone and missile attacks on the Red Sea shipping have significantly impacted global trade since late 2023, earlier said they will continue their assaults on American and Israeli interests until hostilities cease in Gaza. The group had paused its attacks when the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was declared in January. Dozens of people have killed in Yemen since Trump ordered decisive military action against the Houthis late last week. We are once again joined by Professor Rohan Gunaratne to discuss this. Professor, can you tell me why the Houthis and Hamas have this relationship? Why has the Houthi rebels launched this missile attack towards Israel in response to these strikes in Gaza?
Houthis are steadfastly supporting the position of Iran. That is, Iran is the patron both of movement and Hamas. And Iran has provided the missile capabilities to the Houthis. They fired that missile at the instigation of Iran. And the Houthis have also threatened Israeli shipping and American and Western shipping. That is why the United States have launched attacks against Houthi targets. And as a result of this threat from the Houthis, 40,000 Israelis had to go to their bunkers, their safe places, when the missile was fired. Fortunately, this missile hit. But what is important to understand is that the conflict in Gaza has very significant implications, meaning the Houthis are threatening to attack the Red Sea. Already in the Red Sea, there is a war where the Houthis are targeting shipping. And what is important is for the United States also to work with Iran to stop assistance to the Houthis. As long as Iran directs and capacitates the Houthis will continue to fire missiles towards Israel and also cripple the Red Sea shipping that is going to have an impact on global trade and global shipping. Already the insurance costs have gone up. The ship operators are sending their ships across the Cape and not through the Suez Canal.
Professor Gunaratne, what does this intercepted airstrike say both about Israel's military capabilities and also the Houthi military capabilities? And as you were talking about before, where does Iran and the US fall into this situation?
Israelis are very competent, but in the case of this particular missile strike, we have seen that the missile was intercepted before it entered Israeli airspace. So there are other countries with other capabilities that are helping Israel at this point. And I believe that as long as Israel maintains those alliances with those Arab countries as well as with the United States, Israel will be protected, because 40,000 civilians, there were Sirens in Israel, and 40,000 people left their homes and sought shelter. So the Houthi movement should be dismantled. In fact, if it is not dismantled, at least Iran should be informed, look, if the Houthis attack, you will be held responsible.
Professor Rohan Gunaratne, thank you very much for joining us. We now move to some news updates to the United